Guys, first of all, thank you so much for spending time with us. I want to get to our final segment, which is about really the summary and key insights in a nutshell, basically. Craig, when you think about the research and time that went into this, what were the key findings? If you had a list of three, what really jumped out?
Well, I would say, one is, the absolute focus on deterministic automation as being the more the wrapper, the sort of safe guardrail for popping in models as they come. As you can see them showing benefit in the organization. 74% see the biggest opportunity for agents in the next 2 years will be fully autonomous. I mean, that's a pretty big, that's sort of eye popping, that there's that optimism for this category. Just the sort of downside on personal productivity co-pilots, that you had 2/3 of IT leaders say that they'll never reach economic viability. I think that's an important one. The focus on number one choice for agent vendors for long running processes are the automation platforms. And again, they've been doing that for a long time. It's not their first rodeo in terms of managing mission critical end-to-end automation for companies. So that's no surprise that for where we are right now, that seems to be a very logical choice. So I'd say it's those three things that really popped out to me when you look at the key findings.
Those things obviously resonate with so many people, but really powerful stuff as you sift through the data. And I'll remind our audience to go get the report. Obviously, you're getting the deep dive with the experts here, but get the report and have a read for yourself. And we'll look for your comments and feedback on that too. We'd love to hear your insights. Mihir, let me ask you, when you think about Craig's point of view on these summary, on the key findings, what were some of your key findings and thoughts?
I think I always start my thinking in terms of customer, right? What are customers doing and how are they thinking about it? We are seeing a pattern across thousands of customers, and the pattern is consistent, which is, take an example of one of our banks where they had a loan origination process that took 6 hours. And when we reduce it to within 15 to 45 minutes, if you look at a process like that, an original process on how it worked, and a new process that combines AI agents with certain humans in the loop and create an end-to-end reliable outcome. So this is one example of how before and after picture looks. Take a look at another one in healthcare. So this is a prior authorization process where many of us unfortunately have an experience with it in our life, where if you need a critical care and it takes days to approve something, and here the benefit of it goes far beyond efficiency, right? Because we're talking about human lives here. And in this example, you are able to create an agentic autonomous process and prior authorization that can happen in less than 2 hours. Take a third example in manufacturing on order fulfillment. This is an example where, before it took, to fulfill back orders, it took a long time, and you ended up with large inventory cost. In a new model, combination of agents and APIs and RPA combined, you are able to create an end-to-end process. So you don't lead these things with technology, and I'm a technologist, so that's hard for me to say that. But you lead with process, and process has, let's say, 8 steps. And some steps are right for RPA, some are right for APIs, and some are for AI agents and few other pieces of technology. But orchestrating that between all the pieces and achieving end outcome, that's what it is about. If you have a process that requires $1 million approval, it will be a long time before you do that probabilistic way. Even people like us who make it, we're not going to trust an AI agent to approve $1 million right away. So you are going to combine this set of technologies, but you're going to focus on the outcome because that's what is going to matter most.
I remember along these lines, as we're looking at the sort of the use case, the before and after, I remember you saying, this is not just an IT task. What were you sort of meaning by that with regards to the responsibility for enlisting and employing agentic and building towards the autonomous enterprise?
I think ever since I started working many years ago, we have been trying to get IT and business to work together to create end outcomes that are exceptional. I think this is our opportunity to bring both of them on the table and looking at an end outcome and combining set of technologies for a specific outcome, and combining some of the roles, even like we were talking about before, but reimagining our business not in silos but by outcomes. When I meet many CEOs, I point out that almost all the CEOs on the planet have only three jobs. All of us, we have to increase revenue, reduce or manage cost, or reduce and manage risk. And if we do these three jobs well, we have been successful, and employees will be happy, customers will be happy, shareholders would be happy. So you step back and you look at everything you do in AI, divide them into one of these three categories, and say, what outcome is it? Who is responsible for that outcome? Not for technology, but who is responsible for that outcome? And what is the fastest way to achieve that outcome? And how do you assemble teams to go achieve it? People are saving. Like this year, we have few customers who plan to reach $1 billion in impact. People who are figuring it out are getting there.